Hey guys, I'm about to take you on a little learning journey with an art technique, actually two techniques that I fuse together. And I'm pretty excited about it. I got inspired by going in an antique store, which I used to hate antique stores because my parents loved them growing up. So I was just always drugged to them. And so it always felt kind of like a chore and a task. And I always would tell my parents, I'm like, why have old when you can have new? And they would laugh. But as I've gotten older, I've started to appreciate kind of the treasure hunt aspect a little more. Like I loved thrift shopping, like simply for the treasure hunt, like the little thrill of it, you know? But anyhow, I'm doing this artistic piece that kind of looks like antiqued. I do just a basic layer of paint and then I'm gonna add on top of it. So stay tuned, watch along to see what I add and how I add to give it kind of an antiqued look. And then to top it off, I add kind of almost like a pop art aspect. Like I'm almost mixing three styles together. Kind of funky, but I love it. I love a good contradiction in life. And of course that includes art in the process. So enjoy. Okay, so I have my paper and I kind of turned it a funky way. I apologize. I'll try to get you a good angle, but I am going to start with just dipping my brush in this dark brownish color. And obviously I'm speeding things up or you'd be here for a good hour with me. And I'm just going to go about almost halfway down with this brownish tan color and add a tiny bit of green in the middle. And then a little bit of this dark blue at the bottom. And this is obviously sped up, but I'm working fast because it dries fast too. Once it's on, you see I'm just blending together. So next I grabbed a baby wipe. You can use a paper towel, an old washcloth, cotton balls, but I'm just kind of dabbing. Again, I'm kind of hurrying, even in real life, because I need this to happen before it's dry. And this is exposing a little bit of negative space and looking kind of like clouds. Now got this olive green I am slapping on there to start the landscaping. A little bit of brown, and I'm kind of doing the same technique. I'm going to put on a few different colors and then blend them quickly. Again, it is a somewhat speedy process because we can't do blending if our paint is dry. So here's a little bit of green I'm dabbing on now. This will be my tree line. I am using the same brush. I just am using the corner of it now and just doing a dabbing action all the way down. And obviously it just tapers off towards the end where the trees get more sparse. And I like to keep it a little bit darker towards the bottom to give it some dimension, like where it's coming towards the ground. And I'm just going to keep going with that for a little bit longer. And I do want to note, not all paint is created equally. I bought these cheap paints, guys, and it is just not the same as the nicer paints. So quality does matter. And now I'm adding a little bit of black at the base of my tree lines. Again, just giving it shadowing and depth. And later on, this will be adding to that antique look we're talking about. So now I'll do that up top and just a little bit in the brown between the trees too, but mostly hitting the base of the tree line. And I did switch to a smaller brush, as you can see, since I needed much smaller areas. And I'll just continue with that for a little bit longer. And adding a little bit of dark green too, just so it's not all just black and light green. I need a little bit of dimension here. And just dabbing in, streaking a little more brown and letting it run into the green a little bit. And so the brown, I'm going to also do a little bit of foliage back there, just to look kind of like older dead trees, if you will. So here's the fun part. This is the second part, the second technique I talked about. I have some charcoal and I'm just outlining the outline of my page here and then wiping it. And this is helping get that antique look I was talking about. Obviously, I have some old paper under. And so mostly doing the edges and then going inward just a little bit and just wiping. And kind of the shading technique. You start thicker on the outside and taper off as you get towards the middle. If you need a shading update, just look at one of my shorts. I have a little how-to shade a sphere and it's pretty helpful. Alrighty, so I'm just going to continue that all the way around. And even took a little bit over my trees to get just a different color of green on that, but didn't do that much. So here's my third technique. I'm going to do just a little hint like some pop art for you, something that doesn't belong here naturally. So I'm going to do a heart balloon, and it's around Valentine's Day, so this is extra fun. And I also do a red heart to remember one of my best friends' sweet babies is in heaven. His name is Titus, and the red heart is also in remembrance of baby Titus. Okay, so this is acrylic paint, okay? And completely different technique here. I am filling this in entirely. It does not look old. If anything, it is going to look new and modern against the antique background. How cool is that? I did shade the outside of the heart a little bit, added a white string all the way down, and a little reflective light. I even made t-shirts for my friends in support of baby Titus. And you guys hop on and see some more videos soon. I come out with a new video every week.